Hello and good evening to everyone who is tuned in. So the purpose of this recording is to do a weekly analysis or a weekly preview of NASDAQ and the SP500, that is US 100, US 500. So let's get into it. This is the week that runs from the 11th of August. Today is on 11th of August 2025, and anything that I talk about here applies from the 11th of August today up to the 15th of August on US 100 and US 500. First of all, we can start by looking at our at Forex Factory. You can see what news we have. So let's see what news we actually have. I'll just change the screen from displaying this window to I can't find that other window, so I'll just place a screenshot over the screen. I'll place a screenshot over the screen. So we can see that on Monday, today, Trump already spoke. Tomorrow we have the core PPI, CPI, and then we also, Wednesday is a clean day. Then on Thursday we have unemployment claims, PPI, core PPI. Then on Friday we have core retail and prelim UOM. So what I'm actually checking is the timing of these news events, and we can see that on Tuesday and on Thursday, the news volatility is only to be expected at 8:30. After that, we have a go ahead. Then on Friday, any setups that form before 5 p.m. cannot be taken because there might be some unexpected volatility that I do not like to trade with or be caught within. So on Friday we have news paired with the 8:30 open. Then we have the 10 a.m. news. Okay, so that's it for the CPI, PMI, and every fundamental that is set to be this week. So let's get into the technical analysis of our week. So last week was a bullish week. We can see that we have the previous week low right here. Just label it as the previous week low. Then we have the previous week high right there. That is on NASDAQ. Previous week high. Just squeeze it in. And, however, price was unable to reach its weekly drawn liquidity, which was the previous week high. That was the last week of July. We haven't reached that high yet, which is the all-time high. And then we'll go to ES, which is the US 500 or the S&P 500. We'll do the same. We'll mark our previous week lows and highs. That is that. And then we have the same here. That is our previous week high. So going into this week, I actually want to see a continuation of this bullish move, because I still believe that the dollar is strong enough. They are fundamentally and yes, fundamentally, I don't see any reason for these stock indices to be plummeting lower. So I still expect to see a continuation of the upwards movement. All right. So after the weekly chart, we narrow down to the 1-day candle. The 1-day candles, that is the daily candles, the daily chart on both ES and NAS. So there we go. All right. I'll just mark out where Monday ends. That was Monday. Okay. No, that is not necessary for now. So let's just pause it there. Okay. So since I want to see, let's go back to the weekly candle. Need to show you something. Since I am bullish, remember the gun box that I drew on last week's preview. Since I am bullish, I want to see price respect 50% of this previous week candle. All right. So we'll just mark it out there. Okay. That is the 0.5 level, which is the 50% level. So since we are bullish, price might trade lower, but I do not want it to close or spend any much time below the 50%. If it does, it invalidates my bullish bias. So I'll do the same with the S&P 500. That is the gun box. We use it to measure our ranges, our dealing ranges, and things like this, that I'm measuring right here. Consequent encroachments, etc. Okay, so we'll mark that as the 0.5 level, which we do not want to be invalidated or to be disrespected. So I want to see price at all times trade higher than this, or it can wick, but I do not want to see any candle close on a higher time frame below the 50% level. Okay, so with that being said, we can narrow down to the 1-day candles. Okay, 1-day chart, on the daily chart. So much of my weekly preview is actually done, so I like to keep it that simple. So apart from this level, the 0.5 level, I don't think there is any other levels that I am focused on. The next thing is to, like I mentioned last time, today is on a Monday, and I expect that the Monday candle will tell me what I want to see going forward with the week. All right, so I will update this video with a follow-up video tomorrow after the Monday close, because we will have more information on how we can trade from tomorrow onwards. From tomorrow onwards means from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Because I usually, like I said last time, I usually let Monday's trading to play out so that it can give me more information about how I want to trade that week. But going in already, I have my bias. But then what does Monday do? Because as we can see, if price closes as it is right now on US 100, we have formed relative equal highs at this point, which could be our weekly drawn liquidity. Okay, and then we also have a higher high. We have a failed swing on US 500, which could be an indication for lower prices. So I need to be on watch for that. So all I can say for now is that I want to wait till Monday finishes printing, and then we'll see where we go next. So thank you for listening, and I'll see you on the next video, which will be probably it will be tomorrow. I'll post a follow-up of the weekly analysis. All right.